All right, here is my 1999 Toyota Rav4. This is a four-wheel drive with a push-button locking center diff, 5-speed manual transmission, about 134,000 original miles. I'm the third owner. The previous owner was meticulous about maintenance and upkeep. I have a folder full of records. I am a do-it-yourself kind of guy, so I have a bunch of receipts. And so long story short, this is a great car. It served my family well. I have 3 small kids and I can fit them all in the back. Gets about 20 miles a gallon in city and then about 25 freeway. This is a great car. If you know anything about the RAV4s, you know that they burn oil. I don't know if they burn oil, but they use oil. I put about a quart in every 2 fill-ups, and it has a power steering leak. I've been replacing the original fluid with Lucas stop leak. I've done that in a few different vehicles that I've owned, and it seems to work out well. So long story short, I ran the transmission low on gear oil, and now there's a whine in the 5th gear and under heavy load in the top end of 4th gear. So you can go about 50 miles an hour, absolutely no problem, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This car would be great to be driven locally. I took it to a shop locally, and they recommend, it wasn't a transmission shop, but they recommend a full transmission rebuild or a transmission swap. For me personally, I've been driving this the whole time and I've been using it locally. The transmission feels great. I replaced the gear oil with Lucas stop slip and a slightly heavier gear oil, but it looks like 2 owners ago, so the original owner put in a new clutch and they used a liquid gasket instead of an actual gasket. So I missed this leak because there's a slight oil leak and a power steering leak, and I thought that was the fluid, and I missed the transmission fluid getting low. So the only way to check the transmission fluid is to open up the fill drain or the fill bolt and then fill the transmission until it starts pouring out transmission fluid. So if you know anything about these Toyotas, not a very efficient way to monitor the gear oil, but I still this car drives great. So I've taken very good care of it. There's a lot of new parts, and hopefully I can find a good home for it, or I can find a shop that will rebuild this transmission for a decent price, and I'll keep it for another 20 years. I just slipped up and I couldn't stop. It's a long story, but yeah. Anyway, great car. Let me know if you have any questions.